DNA profiling is a mainstay tool used to identify bodies. Now the technology is helping to close cases here at home.
Yeah, but we're learning it's not a tool that can always provide definitive answers. And Kristen Volk joins us live. Kristen, you spoke to Cuyahoga County's medical examiner today. He tells you DNA is only good if there's a criminal past.
That's right, Frank. Take, for example, a man whose body was found here in Lake Erie 2 years ago. He still has not been identified because he had had no run-ins with the law in the past couple of decades, which means his DNA profile would have been in a national database. But for a set of remains found in Parma last month, that's a different story.
I was in shock at first. I was just sitting there thinking to myself like this cannot be true.
For 7 years, Joe Helser was Jessica Kaminsky's very close friend.
Joe was one of the greatest guys I ever knew. He was always there for anybody.
Jessica tells me he would always take the blame for his friends, fessing up to cops so his friends could avoid a rap sheet. That landed him in and out of jail. But he was always in touch until 2 years ago when he vanished.
We would get together and just be hanging out and be like, gosh, you guys, has anybody heard from Joe?
Joe's skeletal remains were found here in a field behind a Toys R Us in Parma last month. And without a clue of whose remains they were, the county's medical examiner tells me his team used Joe's bones to extract DNA.
They got us a DNA profile. We put it into the CODA system, and we got a match back.
That's how they identified this 29-year-old, matching his DNA from a nationwide criminal database. The medical examiner tried to do the same for another man who was believed to look like this sketch.
Somebody out there's missing that guy.
But the man who was found floating in Lake Erie 2 years ago had no criminal past in the 2 decades that CODIS has been running, so his identification remains a mystery. What's also a mystery is how Joe Helser died. The medical examiner found no injuries on his bones, but this situation does not add up for his friend Jessica.
It honestly baffles me. I really think that there must have been foul play.
That unidentified man whose body was found here in this water near the Rock Hall was a white man between the ages of 45 and 58 years old. He had a crooked nose because at some point he had broken it. The medical examiner tells me he believes that man had been in Lake Erie here for about a year before he was found. Now, if you have any information about the identification of that man, you are encouraged to call the Cuyahoga County Medical Examiner's Office. Live in Cleveland, I'm Kristen Volk, News Channel 5.